Right. So everyone loves getting packages right.
I mean, who doesn't love that knock on the door?
Exactly. But have you ever thought about like what happens if that just stops?
Oh,
Yeah. So today we're going to dive into the world of Canada Post and look at this um, almost $1 billion loan that they just got from the government.
wow.
Yeah, to keep operating. So
Okay.
this isn't just about like stamps and letters anymore. I
Right.
mean, we all know
Yeah.
online shopping,
Huge.
huge.
It's everything now.
It's everything. So we're going to like dig into some pretty surprising facts
Yeah.
today. Like just how bad are these financial losses?
Yeah.
What are these like structural issues that everyone keeps talking about? And what does it all mean for, getting that little dopamine rush when your package arrives?
Oh, yeah.
So let's start with the financial side of things.
Okay.
Canada Post's latest quarterly losses,
Yeah.
$315 million.
315
Million.
That's a lot of stamps.
Yeah.
It's a lot of anything.
Yeah. So parcel revenue down almost 6% and volume dropped almost 10% compared to last year. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not good.
It's not good.
Is this just like a Canada problem or are other postal services like struggling too?
Well, globally, a lot of postal services are facing similar challenges. I mean, it's this perfect storm of declining letter mail volume.
Yeah.
Who sends letters anymore?
Right.
Increased competition from private couriers.
Like Amazon?
Exactly. And of course, the rising costs of, fuel and labor and everything else.
Right.
So it's not unique to Canada, but it's definitely hitting them hard.
Yeah. Okay. So we keep hearing about these structural issues.
Yeah.
What does that even mean for like a postal service?
Well, think about it this way. Canada Post is kind of like this massive ship built for a different era,
Yeah.
and it's trying to navigate these like modern, choppy waters of e-commerce. So these structural issues are kind of like cracks in the hull, outdated engines, a crew trained for old-fashioned sailing.
Oh.
They got to modernize to stay afloat.
So what are these cracks in the hull specifically?
Labor costs are a big one. We all saw what happened with the postal workers strike, right?
Right.
And then you've got these legacy regulatory measures that are weighing them down, like being obligated to deliver to every single address in Canada,
Oh, wow.
no matter how remote, for the same price.
Wow.
Like, imagine trying to deliver something to, like, the Arctic Circle for the same price as downtown Toronto. It's a noble service, but it's just not financially sustainable in the long run.
Right. Yeah. And then, of course, we have to talk about Amazon.
Oh, yeah, the big A.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically built their own delivery empire.
Yeah, they have.
How has that, like, impacted Canada Post?
I mean, Amazon and these other e-commerce giants, they've completely changed what we expect as consumers.
Right.
We want our stuff like yesterday.
Right.
Free shipping and maybe like a personalized thank you note.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of pressure on traditional postal services to keep up.
And so to keep up, they need...
Oh, yeah. Money. Big investments.
Yeah.
Yeah, technology, infrastructure, logistics, you name it.
But they're losing so much.
Right.
Reports say that, like, without this loan, they're going to be out of cash, like, next year,
Oh, wow.
2025.
That's coming up quick.
What does that actually mean for a company that big?
I mean, picture your bank account just draining every month, and we're not making enough to put back in.
Yeah,
That's
well,
kind of the situation.
scary.
It is. Canada Post's cash reserves are shrinking, which means they can't invest in new stuff, upgrade their infrastructure, or even cover their daily costs. It's a vicious cycle.
So this loan, it's a lifeline, but it's not free.
Right.
They got to pay it back.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for Canada Post going forward?
They're under a lot of pressure to turn things around and fast.
Yeah.
They need to find ways to make more money and cut costs.
So are they going to, like, raise prices?
Yeah.
Cut back on services in, like, less profitable areas?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see more robots and fewer postal workers?
Well, all of those options are on the table.
Wow.
It's a tough balancing act,
Right.
maintaining this essential public service, but making sure it can actually survive financially.
So is this like the beginning of the end for Canada Post? Are they going to become like a relic of the past?
It's definitely a crossroads for them. They need to adapt and quickly.
Yeah.
But there's hope. I mean, they could partner with private companies,
Okay.
specialize in certain services, or even use their existing infrastructure for something totally new.
Yeah.
Like drone delivery or something. Who
Love it.
knows?
So if you were in charge of Canada Post, what would be your top priority?
Oh, man. Tough question.
Yeah.
I think for me, it'd be modernization and diversification. They got to embrace technology to streamline things and meet what people want these days, but also find new ways to make money and offer services that go beyond just mail delivery.
Wow. So much to think about. It really makes you wonder, what does the future hold for Canada Post
It does.
and for all of us who rely on them?
Absolutely. It's a challenge that needs some serious creativity and a willingness to change.
So for all of you listening out there, what ideas do you have? What would you do to ensure the future of Canada Post? Let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.